Hallelujah. How's it going, guys? My name is Blessious, and I know, jump scare! Uncle Fester is back, baby. And before you ask, this was for St. Jude. Last week, we raised over $27,000 for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital via our Twitch channel. And yeah, thank you so much for the kind donations. My dog, Han, says thank you as well if you can hear the squeaks. I didn't think I'd do this again. There we go. There we go. My eyebrows are coming back, though. They grow quick. So this past week, the Game Awards took place, and Jeff Keighley is getting a bit of heat about it from people in the games industry, whether that's content creators, developers, or just people who enjoy video games. And I kind of wanted just to give a little opinion piece. I'm not coming for Jeff. People that loved it, hated, or anything like that. I just wanted to give my opinion as someone that was a full-time content creator for over 6 years, and as someone that currently works at an indie game studio. And I think I have insight of how developers, content creators, or just like the one guy that just likes video games might feel. So only 17% of this 3.5-hour show, or 30 minutes of that 3.5 hours, went to actual providing developers, awards. The rest were, game trailers, Hollywood celebrities, ads, and everything in between of that, plus Kojima and a musical. And you know what? How I honestly feel about it is I don't have a script, so this is me being very candid and honest. The Game Awards is something that I believe Jeff Keighley might be trying to target for everyone. So there is a board as well above Jeff Keighley, or with Jeff Keighley, and these people come from Activision, AMD, EA, Epic Games, Hideo Kojima, Phil Spencer, Doug Bowser, Riot Games, Rockstar, Sony Interactive, Tencent, Ubisoft, and Valve. So those are the people that run the board of this. The other thing is you have to understand with the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley is very much the person that very much, is the face of everything besides the hosts. You don't really see the board ops, the people behind the scenes, or the people at the Peacock Theater, doing their jobs. Jeff Keighley, he's the executive producer. He's the face of it. And I'm not critiquing that. If I had a Game Awards that started at Spike TV and it's my own baby, I would probably be very protective too. So I don't really criticize him for that. But with you being the face of it, you're going to get the personal criticization of people. And that's just one thing that everyone kind of has to realize. Also, going to the Peacock Theater, that is not for free. Even when it was probably the Microsoft or YouTube Gaming Theater, that is a not so cheap thing. And from someone that is inside the game industry, I know for a fact that getting a game trailer or ad in that is well over $500,000 per pop. And that's from indie levels. If you're up there in the AAA suite or it's way more than that. And I get it, man. Hiring those people, having that venue, it's not cheap at all. So I get it, man. Make your money. The other thing that I will clearly state following that, well, you see everyone that's on that board, you see that, hey, they're getting all their money from big things like Samsung and, literal game studios, right? So the other thing is like, dude, it's an amazing year for games, but what about those layoffs? You think this guy's going to bite the hand that feeds? Hell no, he's not, man. There is a reason he is not going to ever critique that, because Sony is debuting games. Microsoft is debuting games. Everybody there is debuting games. And he's not going to bite the hand that feeds. And that is just straight up honesty. I mean, that's just honest, man. You got to come to terms with it. He also probably doesn't want to ruin any relations that he has with those people. And he knows a simple tweet might get a nasty little response of, hey, well, Sony's going to pull out after you said this about Bungie. Right? Another thing that people talk about is Gonzo's given more time than, the acceptance speech of, Alnuma for Tears of the Kingdom, or the Baldur's Gate 3, development team up there dedicating love to someone that passed away during the development of the game while being shown that meme sign please wrap it up. I have no excuses for that, but there is a philosophy that Satoru Iwata had when he was president of Nintendo, and that is games are for everyone. And it's kind of like Star Wars. You know, you have the people that are like, episode 3, 4, and 5 are the only ones. Or 4, 5, and 6, dyslexia. But the thing is, you know damn well, some kid out there, some teenager, some adult man-child or a woman-child is literally geeking out about Gonzo. It's not for everybody, but it is smart to include things for kids as well. That being said, yeah, giving 30 seconds while someone is having their speech translated, not the best look. Especially with, I'm sure most of these speeches might have been ran past an advisory board or Jeff a little bit. So, you know, the voice actor of Kratos going and having a played off, you know, bit, which he was actually played off, just to have everyone else played off, especially when, you know, you have the voice actor behind Baldur's Gate 3 most popular character being like rushed off and his mic being literally muted, and like he's yelling after the music after saying, "You are not alone, you are not alone." Yeah, it's a weird look. But the thing that I will also follow up with is Jeff, the face behind everything of that. Yes, but you have to also understand there is a team behind that. And while he might be the guy that's like, hey, this is what's going on, do this, do this, do this, he's also doing 50 million other things. So I kind of get it. But at the end of the day, when it's Jeff Keighley's The Game Awards, it is your face on there. Kojima is the coolest, and so is Jordan Peele. I'm very excited for that game. But that was like an 8-minute dedication to not even showing anything of gameplay, just a logo and, you know, basically face capture of these actors. And I get it, you know, having these Hollywood names, whether it's the host or the people inside OD, you know, it is a big deal because when gaming, I can see them being like gaming's for everyone, these Hollywood names, you know, it brings more eyes to the medium. I get it. But at the same time, for you to have that dedication to this project that doesn't even have gameplay while you're rushing off devs, I don't think is the best look. The other thing is, like, you would have like a round of just like, hey, this category is this winner, this category, like best indie game, best RPG. They were announced, rolled through without even letting the developers come up and accept those awards. And yeah, that kind of stings a little bit. And the other thing is, I understand having a musical guest. That's something that is very popular at other award shows. And I gotta say, I have not played Alan Wake 1 or 2. But I was very amused by this very much theatrical musical of Alan Wake 2, and I thought it was awesome. I got that. I don't really have any critiques for that. I thought that was probably the best thing to do, because how many games literally have a musical sequence in them? I can't really tell you. I don't think there's Half-Life 2, the musical. So at the end of the day, I think the best thing that people can do is just be very open and honest with how they want things, man. You know, for the most average person, they aren't there to see, you know, the award show. They might care about, you know, game of the year. That's a pretty big deal. I'm sure they do care about that, but they probably more so want to see the games. And, you know, like, I get that. I just think that there needs to be a little bit of safe space with timing. And, you know, maybe just like, hey, if you're going to be a host, maybe be like Timothy Chalamet and just be like in, out, right? And like, if you have a quip, it's super quick, and, you know, you don't piss off Activision developers for Call of Duty with your speech. I don't know. Looking at you, Kratos. But yeah, that's just my little opinion piece. You have to look at it from all sides, man. And, you know, the funny thing is, I worked with New Blood Interactive and Night Dive Entertainment, along with where I work, Apogee, for this game called Rise of the Triad, and a ludicrous edition. And so Rise of the Triad was this game that came out in '94, and it launched on the same day as Marathon. and both games were the first games to have dual wielding and destructible surfaces, rocket jumping. And what funny thing is Jeff Keighley was like, I believe, a teenager, and he was starting to do like news and stuff for like, gaming related stuff, journalism. And he was invited to Apogee Studios when Apogee first made the game back in the day, and he had like voice lines in the game. And when they were remaking the game for the Ludicrous edition that came out this year, Dave Oshry of New Blood actually found them. And I remember we like made a little skit. I edited this skit and featuring his voice lines.
Eat dirt.
And I apologize about my dog Zelda. She almost died, and she has the cone of shame. And for her to bark, it's kind of a big deal. Anyway, those are my opinions. Those are my thoughts. And yeah, what are yours? Let me know down in the comments below. Am I a stupid idiot with no eyebrows? Most likely. Anyway, peace out. I love you, Jeff. Please don't be offended. That was just, I think I saw it from all sides. And I'm not trying to be a fence sitter. I'm just being very honest. Bye.